All right, this lesson is going to be about minor modes. So let's look at an E minor chord. Now we have a straight minor scale, the Aeolian mode it's called. And that's going to be like a major scale, but it's going to have, remember our third in a major scale was here. We're going to have a flat third here. So 1, 2, flat 3. The 4 and the 5 are the same as normal, but we're going to have a flat 6. A major scale 6 would have been here. Flat 6, flat 7, because a major scale 7 would have been here. Flat 7, that's our root. So we have the E, F sharp to G. That's the 1, 2, and flat 3. The A is a 4. The B is the 5. The C note is a minor 6 or a flat 6. The D note is a minor 7 or a flat 7, and then we have our E note again. So E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so that is the E Aeolian mode. So the chords that are going to work with that, we need to have a chord with a C in it, right? That's one of those kind of weird notes that popped out on this scale. So we need to have the A minor chord is going to have a C in it. So we're going to use E minor and A minor. Okay, so your scale would be these notes if you wanted to go straight up the scale. But let's look at down here where we can get a full position going. So we have 2, 4, 5 on the D string, 2, 4, 5 on the G, then we're going to go 3, 5 on the B string, 2, 3, 5 on the E string. We could go open back to that too if we wanted. So how about you guys use this scale right, and I'll play these chords, 3 and 4 and. Okay, and if you wanted to come up here, we could start on this E here, 9th fret of the G string, 9, 11, 12, and then we're going to come down here 10, 12, 13, 10, 12. That would be our minor scale, our Aeolian mode. Those notes work very well with this progression we're doing. So let's try that one. 3, 4. E minor to A minor. Okay, now let's talk about another mode. Now if we do one thing here, we take this same minor scale, but we take that 6 and we make it up 1, back to a major scale 6. Then we have the flat 7, so we have open, or we have 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, and 1 again. So this one is going to go E minor to A7. This is the Dorian minor mode. So this is a minor scale that has a major element to it, the major 6. So it's slightly more happy sounding than that other minor mode. So we're going to have E minor and A7. So the minor scale for Dorian off this E, we're going to go 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, and then we're going to go 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5 at the end. So we don't have that normal minor 6 note. We have this higher note from the major scale. See how that's a lot darker sounding? But what we have is, so this is kind of the lighter side of the minor end. So E minor to A7. Try that. 3, 4. These are the chords from like Pink Floyd, Breathe. Okay, then let's look at the minor scale up here off this 9th fret. So we got 9, 11, 12, then we got 10, 12, and then here's going to be that major note. It's going to be 9, 10, 12. Okay, so try some of those notes. 3, 4. Okay, so once again we had our minor where we went E minor to A minor, and that was this scale that had a C in it. But if we have E minor to A7, that has a C sharp in it. That's where we get that C sharp there. So only one note different in these different modes, but it's a whole different world of sounds when you include that new different note. E harmonic minor now. So this is like a minor scale, but it has a sharp 7. So normally you would not have a major 7 in a minor scale, but that's when we get this strange sound of harmonic minor. We're going to use our E minor, we're going to go to a B7 that has that special note in it. So 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, and then only 4 and 5, and then 2, 3, 5. And you can also use the 1 right there. So let's try those. E harmonic minor. There we go. 3 and 4 and. So that special note, which is here and down here on that 4, you want to use those quite a bit more when we're on that chord. They sound a lot better with it. Okay, let's look up here at the higher scale. 9, 11, 12, 10, 12, 13, then 11, 12. So that's the weird one there, the 11 to 12. And you could also use that 8 back to the 9. So let's try those notes. 3 and 4 and. Okay, so the 3 minor modes that we talked about today, we talked about Aeolian, which is the natural minor mode. And that works with E minor and A minor. And those are that's one simple progression that you could use to illustrate that mode. Now the other mode was the Dorian, which had a major 6 in it. So it had a C sharp note instead of a C. So that was for E minor and A7, or A major. Now the other one we used was E harmonic minor, which had a major 7 in it. So the first normal notes, 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, but the 7 was a major 7. And there's that major 7 again. And that was for E minor to B7 type progressions. Okay, so that was a little bit about modes. I've got another one on major modes. We did 3 major modes in the last lesson. So there will be a link here for that. And we'll talk to you soon. Let me know if you have any requests. Peace out. Thanks a lot.